Hey guys, it's me again. Um, it is 9:20 on Friday the 30th. This is just going to be a ramble of a vlog because I don't know. I'm tired. I don't feel good, but I don't want to go to bed because I am listening to music and I can't turn it up louder than I have it right now. Hopefully, you guys can hear me over it. Um, A couple of you guys gave me some ideas about what to talk about. Got one about talking about my time living in Salem. That could be a long one. Um, I was born and raised there. Never went to any of the tourist traps until I worked at one. I worked at the Witch Dungeon, and I had to wear period clothing. It was a fun job, but I was way too shy to deal with the public, so it didn't last very long. Yeah, I used to be shy, really. If you can believe it, I used to be really shy. Um, then I worked at the Salem Witch Museum and told my dad that I got the job there. And he said, "You're not going to last there. The manager's a bitch. You're not going to get along with her. Nobody can get along with her." And I'm like, "But Dad, I get along with everybody." And he was just like, "Okay, go for it." I lasted 7 hours. So those are the only two places I ever been that are tourist traps in Salem. Well, okay, I lied. I used to break in to Pioneer Village to party. Pioneer Village is a bunch of little houses, kind of set a period thing from the 1600s and stuff like that. It kind of went defunct for a while, and nobody was taking care of it. We cut a hole in the fence and would go into one of the houses, start a fire, drink our beer, smoke our weed, and be nice and warm. Uh, I lived in a pretty quiet neighborhood, even though it was close to the college. It was quiet back then. Um, yeah, where was I going? Oh, just the other day I was asking about um, one of the houses in the neighborhood. It was called the Ives Estate. Sorry, and according to my dad, and I don't know how true this is because my dad could tell stories, blow smoke up your ass. According to my dad, the house was servants' quarters for the Ives estate, which is why one of the reasons why it was so haunted. So I went into the Salem groups asking if anybody knew anything about it because, if I lived in Salem, I would go find things out, but I can't, and I don't know anybody who would want to do something boring like that. I don't think it's boring, but people think it's boring. So, anyways, uh, my house was ugly. It was cool but ugly. It was this really weird green asbestos shingle colored house. The interior was nice. It was huge, big rooms. My dad did a lot of renovation though, so on and so forth. Anyways, that was my neighborhood. Used to hang around down Forest River Park. Used to hang around down the Willows. If you ever have a chance to look up the Willows, it's a pretty cool place. Video arcade, skee ball, chop suey sandwiches and pepper steak sandwiches and Hobbs's popcorn, and it's just I lived down there. I mean, I partied down there even when I was a kid. I'd hang out down there. It was my home away from home. Besides Forest River Park. Okay, this is getting too hot. Excuse me, my back is killing me. Heat pack, but I'm hot now. Oh, sweating. So, anyways, that's my little part of the neighborhood. Um, Lived there until I was 23, I believe. And my whole family decided, my parents were snowbirds. They stay at this place called Tuxbury Pond in a trailer during the summer up near New Hampshire, and winter down in Florida. They were snowbirds. My sister Lynn moved down there many, many moons ago. Then my sister Kim decided to move down there when she got remarried. It was just cheaper. So living in Massachusetts is just stupid, ridiculous expensive. I mean, it's freaking ridiculous. So I was married at the time, and my whole family had moved to Florida. I lie, I was not married at the time. When my whole family moved to Florida, my obviously now ex-husband kept on pushing to get married. And I kept on putting it off, making excuse after excuse because I did not want to get married. I was not happy. I hadn't come to terms with my own sexuality, so I just kept on putting it off. Well, we went to Florida for vacation, and he figured it was a really good excuse to get married, seeing that my whole family was going to be there. So I was like, fine, screw it, whatever. I'll just play along, you know. On our way down there, hit a ice storm in Georgia, and we were driving my parents' car because ours was just junk. So traffic had slowed down. Bridges were icing over, so there were stadies all along the bridges, kind of directing traffic and everything. Well, we had slowed to a crawl and then to a stop. Guy behind us didn't slow to a crawl, did not stop until he hit our car. It ripped the floorboard, the bench seat, it was a Dodge Aries, bench seat off of the floor, so we were leaning backwards. Totally smushed us in. The trunk was actually hitting the front seat. My mouth is so dry. I got out of that car so damn fast once I figured out where the hell my glasses went to. And I kicked the car, and I kept on kicking the car, and I said, this is God's way of telling us that we're not supposed to get married. And I was freaking out. And we ended up hitching a ride with the tow truck driver down to Florida the rest of the way. It was not fun. It was a horrible thing. I mean, from me not wanting to get married to the wedding itself was horrible. So after that, we decided to move to Florida because we wanted to buy a house, you know, and have a kid. He wanted to have a kid. So we wanted to buy a house. But we were paying, and this is in the 90s, we were paying $650 a month for rent, and that was cheap. And there was no way we could save for buying a house. So when we got married, my parents gave us $5,000. They held on to it to use towards buying a house. So we decided to move to Florida to be with the rest of the family and everything. I hated it down there. Finally came to terms with my sexuality while I was down there. Ended up leaving because I met Pam, and rest is history. I have no idea what I'm talking. I'm just babbling today. I don't know. I was babbling at work. I was babbling to myself. I don't know. I'm out there. I don't know why. Somebody else asked for me to talk about my experiences with other people with abilities, with psychic abilities, or empaths, or sensitives. It's really weird because if you do have abilities, or if you are an empath, you're kind of drawn to each other. I mean, I have a friend. We just bantered back and forth in one of the groups, Hold on, I lost my screen. We were in a coloring group, and I complimented her. She complimented me, and we just kind of started talking and everything. It turns out she's an empath. She's so compassionate and caring and everything, and we're best friends now, so that's pretty cool. My nephew and I, my oldest nephew and I, have a pretty tight bond. He picks up if I get to the point where I need to talk to him. I'll just think about it. I'm like, man, I haven't talked to him in so long, or I really need to talk to him. I need some advice. I need his sense of humor. I just need him. And inevitably, if I just think about it, he'll message me on Facebook before I get a chance to message him. Before Facebook, he would call on the phone. It's just we just had that psychic connection. When I was 13 or so, in Salem they have psychic fairs. When I was 13 or so, they had I went to get my cards read. I can't read my own cards. I just can't. I don't get anything clear. So I went and I got my cards read by this psychic. Her name was Diana. Go figure. And, it was a typical reading, nothing too exciting. I was 13 years old. So when I was getting up from the table, she goes, "Oh, wait a minute." She goes, "Give your dad a message for me. Something's going to happen to the car. It's not going to be anything major, but it's going to be an inconvenience." I was like, okay. So I go to we had a candy store downtown. And I said to Dad, well, nothing interesting about me, but she said that something is going to happen to the car, and it's not going to be anything really major, but it's going to be an inconvenience. So my dad and I went to go shopping like a week later, and it was a 79 Honda Civic, and it was standard, and we were at the stoplight, and he went to go shift it to gear, and the clutch went. So that's what happened to the car a week after that. I really can't say that I've had too many experiences with people with psychic abilities. I'm usually the one that picks up on the thoughts, and I call it when people are thinking too loud. I could pick up on the thoughts and stuff like that, but maybe it's because I shield myself so much. Nobody picks up on me. Nobody knows how I'm feeling. And actually, nobody ever asks how I'm feeling. And that's kind of sad. Nobody seems to care to know how I'm feeling. And again, I'm just rambling. I'm going from one subject to another. My Adderall isn't doing jack crap for me. This is going to be a vlog. So every day, I talk to several friends on Facebook, and only one asks how I am doing. Nobody else asks how I'm doing. First thing I ask somebody, how are you today? And yes, I am genuinely interested. I want to know how you're feeling. Are you happy? Are you depressed? Are you hurting? Are you sick? Do you feel fine? Is the sun shining? I want to know what's going on in your life. Nobody asks me. I do a lot of, "Oh, really? Yeah, well, that sucks. I'm sorry. Well, that's cool." I don't talk about myself. Nobody asks, so nobody cares. So why should I talk? So, anyways, I'm babbling. What else? Somebody else asked something. I don't remember. Hold on. Let me move you guys around. Where was I? Be right back. God, don't even know where I'm going. And of course, Pros Box is being slow as shit. Oh my God, I know I have a question on there. It's just sitting and spinning. I should have figured. Let's see. I don't see anything on Open Diary. Oh, yep, got the sad panda. So I don't know what other questions. So I'll just babble. Let me bring my camera back up so I know what I'm doing here. So I need to win the lottery. Now, when you're pagan or spiritual or Wiccan or whatever you like to call yourself, you tend to hoard crystals. Shiny things, you like shiny things and everything. And, I believe in the power of crystals, and I do shit. I have to put them outside or in the window. Full moon, got to charge them. Anyways, I believe in power crystals. I mean, if a quartz crystal can power a watch, they do affect your energy in your body. I believe in that kind of stuff. Well, the owner of the Alpenhorn thought of me when she was looking through this magazine, and just had to give me this little piece of paper, and it's called Gem Water. And I don't know if you guys will be able to see this, but they're water bottles with little glass things inside of it that hold crystals and everything. And it's supposed to be good. Now, a lot of people do put crystals in water and then drink the water. You do have to be careful because some of them are toxic. Quartz. Boy, let's let the Salem just fall out of my mouth. Quartz is fine. It's non-toxic, but I used to have a list of what stones toxic. I probably have it on the computer somewhere, but don't ask me. I have no idea right now. So I went on the website to look at these because I do think they're pretty cool, and they're pretty, and something stupid, and probably a waste of money. But I need to win the lottery so I can buy one. They're freaking expensive. I figured, $50. No, the cheapest one is $74, and the one I like is $98. And I think the most expensive ones are like $120 or something like that. So I guess I won't be getting one of those soon, unless somebody wants to be nice and buy me one. I can give you the website. I'm so dry. Oh, what else? I don't know. I don't know. I should do a vlog about fibro, shouldn't I? Maybe I'll do that tomorrow because I'm probably going to be feeling like crap because it's going to be raining out. And I don't have to work tomorrow, so I'll probably just annoy you guys for the whole entire day. But for now, I am going to go, and even though it is now 9:40, I am going to have another cup of coffee. I'll see you guys later.